It's Christmas time again. With this in mind, I thought I'd warble a little song to you about how you can create a few funny image sequences with Midjourney. At this time of year, everyone seems to be loitering underneath the Christmas tree again. You can either reminisce or, like the old gentleman you can see in the background, simply devote yourself to your childhood passion. You can't just tell by looking at him, but the grumpy old gentleman, some might mistake him for Santa Claus, is having a lot of fun with his hobby, stitching cushions. By the way, the video was animated with Kling. Let me show you what Christmas and hobbies have to do with AI on the Midjourney website in a moment. But before we go straight to Midjourney, I'll show you some feedback from Claude.ai. Through a few chats with the AI, I learned how to name a special type of person with certain character traits. After all, this is relevant for further consideration of the work with AI. Do you know the term Pontificator? In German, such a person would be called a Schaftelhuber. If I read this out loud, a pontificator is someone who makes himself overly important, puts himself in the foreground through busy activity, but doesn't actually achieve or accomplish anything. If you close your eyes for a moment, you'll probably immediately think of a person who is similarly pretentious. These are people who constantly have to do something so that they feel they have created something. For some of these people, it's about putting boxes in one corner of the room, and then 5 minutes later, moving them to another corner. Others chop wood and then sort the pieces by size. Yet others go outside when it storms, and then sweep up the leaves. When I look at artificial intelligence, to make the connection to Midjourney, I feel very similar. There are so many applications. For example, Sora, Kling, Minimax, Runway, Google Gemini, Suno, 11 Labs, Leonardo Flow State, Google DeepMind, with the Astra and Mariner projects, Midjourney, and Flux. In order to remain on top of the game, you have to familiarize yourself with the content and innovation in order to avoid being perceived as a pontificator. But this endeavor eventually has its limits. That's why I recommend that you, who keep riding the latest AI trend wave, take a short break for Christmas. Here are a few suggestions for Christmas hobbies that might serve as inspiration. One of them is the hobby of carving something out of wood. Or you could go outside and pluck a few blades of grass. Or you could take a carpet and iron it. Then there's the fun of kneading dough and giving your fingers a good massage. You can also engrave glasses or go into the cellar and sort through the newspapers, magazines, and comics you've been collecting for 50 years. There's more, of course. You can also pretend to be an artist and smear canvases. And of course, you already know this old man from the beginning of the video. You can stitch white cushions. The Christmas hobby prompt tip at this point would be a cross-stitch of a subject on a white square pillow. Let's take a look at what the result could be. For example, you could stitch a Christmas tree ball on a pillow. Of course, a cute little kitten like this would also work. You can let your imagination run wild. A dinosaur is also possible, or an orc in a Christmas atmosphere. I've already tried a few things, but we can also devote ourselves to another hobby. You already know this guy. He seems to be very motivated to start the woodwork. Even the cute little kitten is in the picture. If we now use the prompt, carving a subject from a piece of wood, and select the same 4 items as before, we will see the carved Christmas tree ball here, or here the kitten, or here the dinosaur. Of course, the orc also works, in this case, realized as a mask. The mask in particular is really very well done by Midjourney. Now it's time to get to the heart of this tutorial, the realization of consistent characters. You already know this munching face. Of course, I don't look like that. It's just the avatar for the English videos. I wrote a prompt on Midjourney and uploaded the picture I just showed from my desktop. It's this little image here at the top left. It's exactly the same picture. If you move the cursor over the thumbnail at the top, you will see 3 small icons: a picture, a clip, and a little man. The picture icon stands for the structure of the image. Here, it would be the sofa, the man, and the curtain. The clip icon stands for the color scheme of your image, and the little man icon represents the character of a person. Important. If you want to have a uniform face in your pictures, you need to enter -CW space 0 at the end of the prompt. Midjourney then concentrates very strongly on the features of the face. If we look closely here, the huge eyes, the thick nose, and the full beard, this is fairly identical to the original. However, the source was an illustration, and the end result is a photorealistic image. I hope I was able to give you a few tips for an offline hobby, and that you can craft some nice stuff. That's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and recommend it to others. Thank you very much for listening. See you soon. Your channel, AI. Now you know.